to show you. These are all our previous achievements and we have done. From 2015, we are into tourism and cultural activities mostly. Most of the events are covered in this area. So later we come up with birthdays, team birthday parties, and corporate events. This is aHUB Balloon Festival. So majorly now 2015 AP tourism tourism and cultural activities tarvata now team birthday parties we specialize in. Team birthday parties lo ప్రతిరోజు అంటే 365 డేస్ మనకి బిజినెస్ ఉండే స్కోప్ ఉండేది బర్త్డేస్ అండి. అంటే ప్రతిరోజు ఎవరో ఒకరు పుడుతూనే ఉంటారు. సో 365 డేస్లోని మనం బర్త్డేస్ చేయడానికి స్కోప్ ఉంది అండ్ ఎవ్రీ డే వీ కెన్ గెట్ ఎ బిజినెస్. సో ఆ ఉన్న ఒక్క స్కోప్ ఉన్న దాన్ని స్పెషలైజ్డ్గా ఎలా చేయాలి. సో ఆల్రెడీ ఏం చేస్తాం, హోటల్స్లోని జనరల్గా బర్త్డే పార్టీస్ మనం ఎలా వస్తాయంటే ఫస్ట్ బర్త్డే పార్టీ ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్గా ప్రతి ఒక్కరూ ఎఫోర్ట్ చేసి అంటే ఎమోషనల్గా పిల్లలకి చేద్దామని ముందుకు వస్తారు. బట్ ఫర్దర్గా ఏంటి అంటే సెకండ్ బర్త్డే పార్టీకి వచ్చేటప్పటికి నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఎంక్వైరీస్ తగ్గిపోతుంటాయి. థర్డ్ బర్త్డే పార్టీస్కి వచ్చేటప్పటికి అలా థర్డ్, ఫోర్త్, ఫిఫ్త్, 10th వెళ్ళేటప్పటికి బర్త్డే పార్టీ చేయాలంటే 10th రేర్ కేసెస్లో వీల్ గెట్ ఎన్ ఎంక్వైరీస్ చేయాలా వద్దని. దీంట్లో చాలా ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఈ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఏంటి అని అంటే ఎఫోర్డబిలిటీ అండ్ ఫస్ట్ బర్త్డే పార్టీకి ఎక్స్పెన్స్ అయినా సరే సేవింగ్స్ అన్ని తీసి బర్త్డే పార్టీ చేస్తారు. బట్ కమింగ్ ఫర్దర్గా వెళ్ళేటప్పుడు ఏంటంటే ఐటమ్స్ మెటీరియల్ దొరకకపోవడం. ఇప్పుడు థీమ్ బర్త్డే పార్టీస్ అంటే మెటీరియల్ చాలా రేర్గా మనకి దొరికే ప్లేసెస్. ఇప్పుడు వైజాగ్ అనే ఏరియాలో మెటీరియల్ దొరకాలని అంటే కొంచెం టఫెస్ట్ థింగ్. సో అలాగే స్పెషలైజ్డ్లో వెళ్ళేటప్పుడు ఇంట్లో కొంతమంది చేసుకునే వాళ్ళు ఉంటారు, కొంతమంది హోటల్స్లో చేసుకునే వాళ్ళు ఉంటారు. బట్ అవర్ ఐడియా ఈస్ నౌ ఎవ్రీబడి కెన్ సెలబ్రేట్ ఎవ్రీ ఇయర్ బర్త్డే. ఒక పేరెంట్స్కి కిడ్స్ తాలూకా ప్రతి బర్త్డే కూడా సెలబ్రేట్ చేయాలని అంటే అదొక ఎమోషనల్ థింగ్ అండి. అంటే కిడ్స్ని హ్యాపీగా ఉంచాలి అని అంటే వాళ్ళ ఎవ్రీ మూమెంట్ మనం సెలబ్రేట్ చేయాలనుకుంటాం. దీంట్లో పేరెంట్స్ ఎఫర్ట్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఈ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ వస్తాయి. మెటీరియల్ దొరకకపోవడం అంటే స్పెషలైజ్గా మనం వెళ్ళి హోటల్లోనే చేసుకోవాలా అన్నది ప్రాబ్లము. ఈ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ అన్నీ ఫేస్ చేసేటప్పుడు వీ కమ్ అప్ విత్ ఐడియా పార్టీ బాక్సెస్. పార్టీ బాక్సెస్ అంటే మీరు ఏమైనా సరే మీ ఏ బర్త్డే అయినా సరే మీ కిడ్ ఏజ్తో సంబంధం లేకుండా యూ కెన్ సెలబ్రేట్ ఇట్ ఎట్ యువర్ ఓన్ ఇన్ హోమ్. మీరు దాన్ని అఫోర్డ్ చేసే రీతిలో వీఆర్ క్రియేటింగ్ ఏ పార్టీ బాక్సెస్. అంటే మీరు సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకున్న థీమ్ మేబీ అండ్ అవెంజర్స్ థీమ్ కావచ్చు, ఒక యూనికార్న్ థీమ్ కావచ్చు, ఎనీథింగ్ యూ నేమ్ ఇట్. ఆ థీమ్ని వీఆర్ ప్రొవైడింగ్ అండ్ పార్టీ బాక్సెస్. సో మీరు సింపుల్గా ఆ బాక్స్ మా దగ్గర తీసుకోవచ్చు. వీల్ ప్రొవైడ్ ఆల్ ద రిక్వైర్డ్ ఎలిమెంట్స్. ఏవైతే ఒక బర్త్డే పార్టీ కంప్లీట్గా సెటప్ ఏది ఉంటుందో వీ విల్ ప్రొవైడ్. మీరు అది మా దగ్గర తీసుకొని యూ కెన్ డూ ఇట్ అట్ యువర్ ఓన్. మీ మట్టు మీరే డెకరేట్ చేసుకొని చక్కగా ఒక బర్త్డే సెలబ్రేట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు, కంప్లీట్ బర్త్డేని. సో ఇక్కడ మేము రావడానికి కూడా ఇంక్యుబేషన్ కారణం ఏంటంటే ఫర్దర్గా సో టు గెట్ ఎ గైడెన్స్ అబౌట్ దిస్. అంటే మెటీరియల్ ఈస్ సమ్టైమ్స్ మేబీ వైజాగ్లో దొరకవచ్చు, అరౌండ్ సిటీస్లో దొరకవచ్చు, సమ్ అదర్ ఏరియాస్ ఎంటైర్ పాన్ ఇండియాలో ఎక్కడైనా మెటీరియల్ ఉండొచ్చు. అది మీ దగ్గరికి తీసుకొచ్చేటప్పుడు దాన్ని మీకు అందుబాటులో తేవడానికే మా ప్రయత్నం. సో దీంట్లో గైడెన్స్ కోసమని ఈ ఇంక్యుబేషన్ సెంటర్కి మేము వచ్చాం. సో అవర్ ఐడియా ఇస్ నెక్స్ట్ లెవెల్ టు మేక్ ఎవ్రీ వన్స్ బర్త్డే స్పెషల్, ఎస్పెషల్లీ పేరెంట్స్ తాలూకా వాళ్ళ ఎమోషన్ని, వాళ్ళ చిల్డ్రన్ తాలూకా స్మైల్స్ని. అంటే ఎవ్రీ ఇయర్ వాళ్ళు గ్రో అవుతుంటే అది వాళ్ళకి బర్త్డే సెలబ్రేట్ చేసి మనం హ్యాపీనెస్ని చూడటానికి వీఆర్ కమ్ అప్ విత్ దిస్ ఐడియా. సో ఫర్ దిస్ ఐఎమ్ కన్క్లూడింగ్. సో థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ ఫర్ ఆపర్చునిటీ. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Having any do-it-yourself sort of a kits?
Now we are under
Oh, you're researching. You're
yes, sir.
launching. So people can just order it.
Yes.
To send it, they just can set it up, and
Yes, sir.
it's good enough for a party.
Previous experience we have team birthday parties we regular గా చేస్తుంటాము. చేస్తున్నప్పుడు బర్త్డే మాత్రమే they will select a theme. సెకండ్ బర్త్డే కాబట్టి ఇంట్లో చేసుకుందాము, మీరు ఏమైనా ఐడియా ఉంటే చెప్పండి. సో ఇలాంటివి వస్తున్నాయి. సో అలాంటిది ఫస్ట్ బర్త్డే ఎలా సెలబ్రేట్ చేస్తారో యూ కెన్ సెలబ్రేట్ ఇన్ ఎవ్రీ బర్త్డే. సో దాన్ని ఒక క్రియేటివ్గా ఒక బాక్స్లో సెటప్ క్రియేట్ చేసి వాళ్ళకి అందించాలనేది మామూలు.
Anybody can order from anywhere, like somebody from Hyderabad.
No. As per experience, we know where it will get, because our vendor base is there. మాకు ఎక్కడ ఐటమ్ దొరుకుతుంది అనేది we have an idea.
ఇప్పుడు పార్టీ ఎక్కడ చేసుకోవాలి మీరు చెప్తే మేము హైదరాబాద్ నుంచి మీకు ఆర్డర్ చేస్తే ఆ కిట్ మీరు పంపించగలరా?
Yes sir, we can send
anywhere.
What is your ask? Like you are just presenting, or like are you asking something?
Just
But you said you are looking for interns, right?
not other.
ఇప్పుడు అడ్వర్టైజ్ అది చేయాలి కదా మీరు ఇంకా.
Yes sir.
మీకు తెలియదు మీ గురించి.
ఎందుకంటే అంటే ప్రీవియస్గా బర్త్డేస్ మీరు రెగ్యులర్గా ఫొటోస్లో వీటిలో నార్మల్గా థీమ్ బర్త్డేస్ బాగా చేస్తాం. బట్ ఇప్పుడు ఏంటంటే ఈ ఐడియాని మూవ్ చేసి వైరల్ చేయాలి. Yes sir.
So because we know about the balloon festival that happened, but we don't know about party. Frankly speaking, you're not branded. You know all the violence of that happened.
Yes.
But you're not seen your balloons anywhere.
మీ గురించి ఎక్కడ ఏం చేస్తున్నా అలా చెప్తున్నారు మీరు.
Like, frankly speaking, most of the people know the brand Razmatas. So that I think you still have to do something there. I know KK is come.
Yeah, you can.
Yes sir. No, I'm saying like
Party is brand.
Your branding, you've done big events.
Yes sir.
You've done festivals and other stuff. But the brand identity seems to be this thing. But everybody knows Razmatas and Meenakshi.
Razmatas and Meenakshi are in market for a quarter century, sir. It's a 25-year-old company. Whereas Party FIZZ is only a 5-6-year-old company.
No, but you've done big events.
Yeah, we have done big events, and I don't deny that there is a gap in terms of branding. But we actually have chosen that niche. So when we were operating on the tourism and cultural festival, we were not operating on the retail front. Very low on the retail front.
Okay.
So the government authorities, the bureaucrats who are actually our customers know us. But now, for obvious reasons, we are diverting from the government business and coming into retail markets.
How much is your accounts receivables from
So we'll take it offline or
20% is what you have to pay.
And like Satish was mentioning, these party boxes are DIY kits basically. So you have a theme in your mind. You don't have to actually hire an event manager, go to a hotel, spend a lot of money and celebrate your beloved's birthday. Order a party box, create a party environment at home, celebrate and have fun.
Are you planning to extend it to something like a marketplace where they can find an MC nearby, musicians nearby?
Sure, we have those plans, sir. Because still we are at the ideation level, so it's not kind of a startup pitch. It's probably an introduction of an idea. But yes, we have those plans.
That's the idea. Just to get you guys.
Because no, again, events is a big universe. So a lot of things that come under events. So we have actually done such big events in a short term because we always operated on a specific area. Now, because it is Party FIZZ, we want to be the best party makers in the town. Though we do weddings, though we do corporate functions.
I'm talking only about the DIY kits.
DIY kits is only going to be for birthdays. Because other things, it is very difficult to assemble so many elements together. Can you just mention an example of an event?
Like you have any sort of party, like house party, that we're inviting a bunch of friends over.
Yeah, that will come under our party box, yes.
And maybe like low fared weddings, like a lot of people don't put too much money into it.
As of
Even
now-
though they do that, but then they don't go to event makers or anybody else like that.
Understand that, but as of now, our research is being focused on parties because wedding is again emotionally a very big canvas. So it's very difficult for us to bring it into a box and say do it yourself. It's little difficult. There are.
Part what Shilpa is saying, there is a section of people who are looking at
I
the whole bigger
understand.
this
I
thing.
understand.
But there are smaller section of people who are like, I just have 10 people, small wedding, don't want to do run around much, because a lot of people are also vexed with so much of coordination that gets into a wedding.
But that's an area which we are not working on right
Still,
now.
okay.
Yeah, maybe phase 1, phase 2 we will think about it.
I think in the line of weddings could be engagement, which might be a better word, because engagements are the easy to just execute.
Out of our work experience that we have seen, these weddings, engagements, people in India are like, let us sell our house, sell everything, spend on the wedding. That's the Indian wedding arena. Bringing it into DIY is a very huge task. Maybe first we'll gain some experience in the party's front, and then we will go on to that arena, because wedding is very, very, very emotional in India. It will be emotional even after 100 years. That's our culture. So we have to operate very carefully.
So in the entire ambit of those things, there are a couple of things that I think we could also look at. One is like these proposals that happen frequently by a guy or a girl or a guy. Those kind of things are things that we can actually fix. Then these, in the wedding space itself, we have these parties that happen for the bride.
Exactly. There again, the mehendis, the haldis, all can go under DIYs now, into the party box. The wedding engagement, the main things, the trinity we call it, engagement, wedding and reception. Those three things, very difficult to be into DIY. But some things like haldi, mehendi, even sangeet at times can come into a party box. When it comes to that level, it will be a bigger party box than when it compared to a birthday.
Also for your party boxes, is it only the theme that the person can choose, or even the items are customizable?
We are working on a customizable part only. The central thing will be the theme. So they'll have to pick up a theme. That is anyways, then they can opt for things given the time. So we'll have some ready-made party boxes. If your party is very like 2 or the next day, you can pick it up immediately. You give us time, we can customize things for you. What is the fun if there is no customization in a party?
I'm thinking more of in the customization level, online, like you can select a few things that you want. You give options for each element in the party box, and then they can select or drop in the items in the party box. I'm thinking more of that level.
Yeah. More or less, the idea is that our website will not have a cart, it will have a party box. So you can pick up items and drop in your party box, and you can customize your party box and order it. So that's something about it.
I think one of the key things that you have to use for marketing is social media for sure. I think it's a lot of user-generated content that you need to like spread the word. So I think it would be amazing, because I've seen a lot of ads on digital platform, because the young audience is basically your target audience for sure. So I think using social media to leverage it would be amazing. And in that case, you would have to definitely build like a sort of brand.
Thank you, thanks for the input. We'll work on it definitely. So when it comes to idea, any questions that you can?
I have one question.
Yes.
Have you already tried this product?
Not in the market, sir, but in close circles they've been trying. Yeah, and there is a lot of positive response from people. They are very happy. So at the end of the day, if the child is born, parents are happy. And celebrating birthday is like a very emotional scenario for parents.
How many repeated users have seen?
Sir, at this very moment, we cannot really give you a reliable data, because all our friend circles, family circles are those ones who have been taking the boxes from us. So one thing, they're very happy, so they're placing a repeated order. But because the data is from the closed circles, so we are yet to try the real market scenario. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
So I can suggest one more book to you. There is something called 1002 Fans. Maybe that will 1002 Fans.
1000 true fans.
that actually helps you, especially in this work with the very portable. All is about that.
Definitely. Thank you.
Next. Alien support.
Hi, happy afternoon, everyone. I am Shridev Vishwanatha. I'm the co-founder of Rolls Mama, a food franchise business. Okay, thank you for the opportunity, aHUB. And I am here to present a book, High Performance Entrepreneur by Subroto Bagchi. Through Pick a Book. See, about the author, Mr. Subroto Bagchi, is an entrepreneur, and he's a renowned author who has written the books like High Performance Entrepreneur, Go Kiss the World, Prospecting, etc. And as you all know, he is the co-founder of the Mindtree organization, the Indian technology MNC. He's a very down-to-earth and a humble person. So this is a small brief about the author. Okay, so profile of an entrepreneur. Here I see many entrepreneurs, many startup founders and all. Can we have, friends, it's just a discussion sort of thing. It's an interaction thing. I just wanted to, make it actually. So can I have few insights from you? What could be the exact profile of an entrepreneur? Maybe few tips from you. Hope I'm audible, friends. Yeah. So if you join a company, when you are given a designation, they will give you a profile, your job sheet. These are your work, culture and all those things. So what do you think an entrepreneur should have as attributes, or what could be the profile of an entrepreneur? Any guesses? You're all startup entrepreneurs, right?
Good with people.
Good with people, nice.
Shy.
So you meant to say that we should be shy.
Shy, good with people though.
Okay, fine. Next. Any more guesses, friends? So then let's see what the author says. What could be the profile of an entrepreneur? Self-confidence. He says the first and foremost attribute of an entrepreneur that he or she should be self-confident. He says there are no exceptions for this. Can you see any successful entrepreneur who say that I don't believe in myself and I'm not self-confident, yet he or she is successful? No, there is nothing of that sort. So if you start a business, or if you are like planning to start a business, you should believe in yourself. You should believe in the idea that you have. It's like this: either you're confident or you're not confident. It all depends on the situation. But the self-confidence is the one which we can build it up. So here author gives his own personal story actually. So hope you all like to listen the stories, right? So let's discuss the author story. Author Mr. Subroto Bagchi, when he was 6 years old, he went to his maternal uncle's place. There at that time Durga Puja is going on, so they all went to see the fair. So one, he saw a balloon wala who was selling the balloons. And surprisingly, that balloon wala asked this boy, the 6 years old boy, to sell balloons. And he happily accepted that and he sold balloons. And surprisingly, most people bought balloons from him, and he made lot of money compared to the balloon wala also. So for that 6-year-old boy, the typical thing at that time is, what would he say after going to the home? What would he answer his mother? Because he has got money, balloon wala has given him the profit share that he has sold the business, he has sold the balloons. So somehow he has handled at home, of course. And then again, next day, again he came back to sell the balloons. He thought, okay, I can answer my mom. I handled first day and again I can handle it. That's not a problem. So from that day onwards, author has believed in himself. He has done many things. He has started his business at 28 years. Again, he left it. Again, he worked. And again, at mid-40s, he has started his own business. Mindtree, you all know about what is Mindtree now and how it is. So he says that self-confidence and believing in yourself is very important. And that is the first attribute that an entrepreneur should have. Sense of freedom. Most people actually mistake freedom with lack of accountability. Okay, I got relieved my job. I have started my own company. No, I need not go to my bank at 9:30. I need not attend morning hurdles. I need not attend con calls. Now I am free. I can go to my office whenever I want, and I can come to my office whenever I want. No, this is all blunder. A good entrepreneur is always highly disciplined. Okay. Freedom is like you have the ability or you have the freedom to choose your own business plan. I'm a banker. I should say in 3-4 months I'll come out of my bank, and I have a freedom to choose my business plan. I have chosen my business plan to start a food business. So that is the freedom. Freedom is the ability to write your own business plan. Freedom is the ability to choose your own investor. Freedom is the ability to revisit your business plan. Freedom comes with a lot of responsibility. So freedom, please don't mistake with absence of accountability. Hard work. We have so many entrepreneurs here. Can anyone say how many hours in a week you work? You are the youngest entrepreneur I see, because you are studying in Lanka Bulaya College, right? So how many hours you feel that an entrepreneur should work in a week? Just a guess, or maybe your experience. 50 hours. Okay. Any guesses, please? Maybe from the senior a lot, not in the age, in the business wise. Any guesses how many hours an entrepreneur should work? So there is nothing wrong, there is nothing right. Author has given his own experience, and whatever I understood, I am sharing with you. So you can just share your opinions. 70-80. Superb. So here, our author thought initially that 60 hours per week an entrepreneur should work. But after seeing Aziz Premji, you know who is he, right? He is the chairman of Wipro. He works almost 80 hours in a week. And Ashok Soota, one of the co-founder of Mindtree, even at the age of 62, he travels almost 142 days in a year. It doesn't mean he is a workaholic. He takes breaks, he goes for a vacation in a year, and there is no negotiation for that vacation. So working hard, and of course working unsupervised, is very important. If you're an employee, your boss will call up, he will say Teams meeting, he will say con calls, he will ask weekly wise targets, he will ask you to give the projections. All these things you will have if you're an employee. But when you're an entrepreneur, you will not have all these things. So that is the critical requirement of an entrepreneur, to work hard and being unsupervised. So you all heard about sweat equity, right? That is the reason venture capitalists say that, sweat equity. We all sweat our bros actually. That's the reason they say it's sweat equity. Flexible and opportunistic. Entrepreneurs should always be flexible and opportunistic. Here, I share another story again. The IBM chairman, Mr. Thomas Watson. When IBM, they have started computing machines for the banks. All the ATMs and all that you see, right? So IBM has prepared that, computing machine for the banks. This was way back in 1934 and 35. Unfortunately, due to depression, banks were not ready to purchase all these machines and all. So it's in the brink of bankruptcy. Watson was in a helplessness situation, a lot of disappointment and all. So one day, Watson's wife has called him, has invited him to a social, that she's going to a social event. She asked him to accompany. He said, okay, chalo, even I'll go with her. So when in a social, he just sat beside a lady. She happened to be in charge for the library in Newark. Okay, then he was just discussing about his computing machines, IBM built, all those things. Then she said, Arey, I require this. Actually, we are unable to track the books. I need some machine, which can track the books. So I please send half a dozen machines to me. See the opportunity. He just went to a social with his wife. He could say, I'm busy, I'm already, in a very disappointment stage, I can't come to any social right now. But he went, he speak to the lady beside him, and he has discussed his business plan, and he got an opportunity. And this one sale pulled the IBM from the brink of bankruptcy. Friends, we should always be opportunist. We should always be flexible. We don't know, destiny plays many pranks with us. Maybe things may not go exactly as we have planned in our organization. Sometimes suddenly something may come, you may get a phone call from your staff, something has happened. So destiny plays pranks with us, but at the same time there will be small tiny holes. You should peep into that. It will be in a brick wall. You should peep into that, where a beautiful world must be waiting for you. So always be flexible and opportunistic. Egolessness, fine. Most of the people, when you're in prime in your organization, in your career, I'm a branch manager. By the way, friends, I'm a banker. So that's the reason I'm quoting always the examples of a bank, branch manager, all these things. Okay, so, I'm a branch manager. I enjoy a position. I have a team of 20 to 25 members. I just give a phone call. Office boy comes, give me a cup of coffee. All these things, in that prime time, we feel that, yes, I have to start my own company. Now I have enough of, working experience. So, but once you jump into that, once as a branch manager, you step into your own company owner, you will not have any office boy to give a cup of coffee. You should make your own coffee and drink. Right? Immediately the bank replaces with another person. If not Sridevi, Sambhudevi, they will replace as a branch manager to that organization. For bank, it is nothing. For you, it is important that you should always, if you carry the same ego, you should be pride enough with your own organization. But if you carry the same ego, ho gaya story. That's the end. So always you should never have ego. Here, again, I'll quote an example because I love stories, so I'm sharing those stories. One day, author has got Mr. Bagchi, when he got a call from an irritated customer. He said, "I want to see you immediately." Then immediately he took a flight from Newark to California late night. Then again he went to the customer's place. Customer made him wait almost for 45 minutes outside his cabin. It's a glass cabin, so customer can see Mr. Bagchi has come and is waiting for me outside. But still he didn't invite him inside. He made him wait for 45 minutes, and then he asked him to come in. He didn't apologize. He didn't give him a glass of water or a cup of coffee. It's a one-sided discussion. 1 hour he just blasted him. Then again, author has come out. He felt very hurt, He waited almost for 45 minutes. Author didn't ask him even, a glass of water. He didn't even say sorry. But yeah, then again he said, okay, destiny is, trying to set me up for my startup company. It is just pruning me. These all things, that's why you should always be ego. You should never have ego in your own organization. Love for money. Yes, we should always love to make money. People say, I love technology, I want to start a business. No, don't start a business. Work somewhere. People say, I have earned a lot of money and I want to give something to the society. These people can be an entrepreneur, can be good entrepreneurs, they can never become great entrepreneurs. You should always love to make money. So these are the characteristics that the author has described about an entrepreneur, the important characteristics that each and every entrepreneur should have. So friends, can you all, as an entrepreneur, can you all take an oath along with me? Is that okay to you all? It is given in the screen. Can you just recite along with me? I sacrifice. I work hard. I work smart. I'm a professional. I am building my empire. And I am the master of my destiny. And I am an entrepreneur. So this oath we should repeat to ourselves every day in the morning. Every day in the morning. Friends, the next part. In today's world, people are not your greatest asset. Do you believe? Will you say yes? People are not the greatest assets. But right people are the greatest assets. Am I right? I mean, is the author right? Choosing, see, patents will be there. I can't say directly, and that this guy is taking a video also. So choosing the right team is very important, friends, especially in a startup company or in any organization. So here the author gives again some characteristics. We, when you are starting a company, okay, fine, we are friends. No, we like each other. Come on, let's start a business. No. If you feel that frequency matches between us, whatever I think, she also thinks, let's start a business. This doesn't work, friends. So instead of, having the same experience or the same, what should I say? If you think equally, that doesn't serve your purpose. Your partner or your team should always be able to do multitasking, do many things. And here again, author gives many examples. Author gives the characteristics, some few characteristics, which I will give it to you here. So he says, your team should always have a complementary skills and diversity. All the people say, the core team is called as a seed team. The seed team should, all the members in the seed team should able to bring the business, should able to explain to the customers, should able to bring the investors, should execute the business. All these qualities are very important, including each and every member of a core team. All the persons should have all these qualities. He has described few characteristics. I am just sharing with you all. The first one is the proven competence. He says, as I have told you, okay, this guy has done excellently in an interview, let me take him. No, please just see the track record. The proven competence should be there. There should be a proven competence to him. If someone is not having that competence and if is not willing to exhibit those competence, he or she has no place in any startup company. Startup company cannot, any startup will not be able to take up the overheads. Each and every member, as I have told you, should be able to bring the business, should execute the business, should be able to create the business, should be able to bring the customers to you. These are